Hello, lovely listeners. Welcome back to the Catholic Grief Coach podcast. This episode, we're going to talk about the shock of sudden loss and why it hurts differently. So, welcome everybody. Please like, subscribe, follow, or share this with others who are grieving and hurting as well. So, today I want to talk about the shock of sudden loss. Now, this can be any loss that comes up unexpectedly. And it can also be, even if you think like, well, I should have seen it coming, right? If that thought is going through your mind, then this episode is for you, because our body responds physically, emotionally, all the things to when somebody dies. But especially if it was a very sudden, unexpected death, like they were healthy an hour ago and now they're dead, they're gone. Or even if it was like, okay, progressively, we saw this over the last week, or, like overall, like, yes, this person had cancer. They were going through treatment, but they were going through treatments, right? We were doing the steps and then they got violently ill and were just dead. Okay. So like that is still a sudden loss. I know a lot of times people want to think like, wow, like you might even hear somebody be like, well, they had cancer, right? Like it was to be expected. No, it wasn't to be expected because they were going through the treatment plan, right? What your expectation was it's going to be a hard, long road to combat this, but we will have more time together. We'll have time to decide things. We'll have time to figure things out. So I just kind of want to clarify a little bit that yes, there is the very obvious somebody got in a car accident and died versus somebody was sick for a week and now they died, and before that they were relatively healthy. And also, yes, they had cancer, they had this disease, but it wasn't diagnosed as we were in the terminal stages and there was hope. Okay, so all of those things together can feel like a sudden loss to your brain, to your body. And a sudden loss shatters our sense of reality. I have a client and she said it feels like an amputation. And I was like, oh, yes, it does. Because everything was functioning normally, right? Or as normally it was in your world. And all of a sudden, it's just gone. It's gone. And you have to rebuild, right? If you had your leg amputated, let's say you were fine, and then you went to bed and you woke up in extreme pain, they're like, oh my gosh, like you have the massive blood clots throughout your leg. There's no circulation. The only way like to save you is to cut off your leg. So now the next day your leg is gone. You now have to rebuild. You have to relearn how to walk. You have to relearn all these things because what your reality was is no longer reality the next day. Okay, so this is what happens when a death is unexpected and it's very shocking and it's sudden. And so, yes, we know that we are all going to die. Intellectually, we know that. But when it actually hits, again, it's just a shock. And so our nervous system doesn't just grieve, it goes into a shock. There's disbelief, there's some numbness, there's some like, this doesn't even feel real. It feels like they're at the mall shopping and they'll come through the door at any moment, right? Like that's the numbness, the unbelief, the where your body is protecting itself, okay? And it's not denial, like you're not in denial, right? You know they're dead, but it's trauma. And so your brain didn't have time to prepare. There was no really gradual goodbye. Um, there wasn't thinking through, oh, like what should be covered or what should be said, what like it was just gone, right? It's like in the planning stages of things, life was normal and it's just whoop, everything pivots, okay? And so your body kind of stays in this heightened sense of alert, right? And we talked about that last episode, is like the physiological response that your body has to this. And it's waiting for like the world to make sense again. And it feels very destabilizing, right? It feels very uneven ground. Things that felt ordered feel disordered and mixed around. And God can feel distant through that, not because like he's still there, you still have faith, but your stability and the ground underneath you is gone. And so with this, a lot of times, again, I think people meaning very well are like, well, you just need to pray, right? Like, yes, you want to, but there's still like that disconnect, that disorder. And so just know that for you, it's going to take some gentleness. It's going to take just slow, steady movements forward. We're not in a rush here. We don't have to hurry ourselves through grief. Like sometimes it can hit the kind of shock, it can hit months later, years later, where it all starts kind of coming up. And so just know that Jesus is always there, right? He's always there. And I know that everything feels shocking and uneven and unkiltered right now. Like everything just feels like it's on quicksand and is falling out beneath you. Okay. And so I want you to hear me when I say Jesus will meet you there, right? He's going to be there, reaching out, extending a hand to help you. And I know it doesn't feel like that. I know that it feels everything is shattered right now, but that's there too. Okay. And if you are feeling numb, if it feels unreal, like that's your body surviving and is trying to figure out this overwhelming shock to the system. Okay. And you're not behind, right? Where you're at today is exactly where you need to be in your grieving stage. And it's okay. All right. And I wanted to give you a few things to try this week. So, one thing that our brain really likes is it likes facts, okay? Because, like I said, like your reality right now feels very off kiltered. There was like an amputation that happened, and it's just reality is different. And so, our brain likes to cling to reality. And so, I like to tell people, like, find the facts of the situation. So, this can be anything, even if you're like, okay, find the facts for tomorrow. Like, well, I don't know. I don't even know what my schedule is going to be. I don't know. Like, okay, well, the fact is you need to breathe. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to breathe. Tomorrow I need to eat some food. Tomorrow I need to drink some water. Okay, and I know it sounds very simple and very basic, but just even saying those things out loud, your brain starts to kind of slow down and be like, oh, yeah. Oh, I also need to do this. Oh, I need to do this. Okay. And at this point, I just want you to focus on the needs. Okay. Not that I should be doing this or well, I feel bad if I don't do this. Like, no, 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 no. Remember gentleness. We're practicing gentleness with ourselves. So, naming things that are real, even doing so when people have panic attacks, you can list off 3 things you see, 3 things you hear, 3 things you feel. Did I say see? And 3 things you touch. I don't know what I said. Taste, like at that moment, but like the 5 senses, right? Okay. So, like, oh, I hear a bird. Oh, I feel the wind, or I hear the wind in the trees. I hear the leaves rippling. I hear a dog barking. Okay. Those are 3 things. Oh, I see grass. I see a tree. I see a dog over there. Okay. Like that kind of brings you back into the present moment instead of that spiral that's happening. So practicing that. And then trying this week some kind of predictability. Okay. So be like, I'm going to be as consistent as I can with my bedtime. Maybe it means like, okay, I'm going to go to bed at 10 o'clock. Okay, there is one night that, yeah, the kids have this, or I have to go do this, or I'm choosing to go do this, right? Because we want to be gentle with ourselves. If we want to choose to go do that, great. If you're like, well, I feel like I should because I committed, I'd go out to supper with this friend, maybe you need to cancel that. And that's okay. Or reschedule. And that's okay. And or maybe you want to choose to still go and be like, yeah, but I would like to be back by 9:30, right? Like whatever it can be to have as much predictability in the next week as you can. So I'm going to go to bed at 10 o'clock. And even if I lay in bed and I'm going to read, like I'm going to be in bed. Okay. Even waking up at the same time. That can help you just get back to basics, kind of. Okay. And then just for this week, try it. Avoiding big decisions. Okay. Sometimes there are a lot of decisions that we think they need to be made right now. But like, hey, can it wait 24 hours? Can it wait a week? Can it wait 2 weeks? Okay, like, can I delay this? And most of the time, the answer is yes. Yes, I can. People can wait, and it's okay. All right. Even if you're like, well, we're planning the funeral, I need to decide all these things. Like, a lot of times the funeral homes will be like, okay, like these are our availabilities. This is like you can wait and you can push back a funeral quite a while. So maybe like I'm gonna give myself 24 hours to think about this. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna get a good night's sleep, I'm gonna decide this tomorrow. Maybe be like, I'm just gonna decide two things tomorrow for this. I'm gonna pick a day and we're gonna pick, I don't know, the time, right? Like I'm going to pick two things. Okay. So just really, really being gentle with yourself. And then I want you to try for this week to just have a very simple prayer. Like, God, I don't understand, but please stay close to me. Big one that I used when my mom was missing was Jesus, I trust in you. Jesus, I trust in you. Because it was something like I just knew at that moment, like God just saw our hearts so much and all the pain. And it was just, Jesus, I trust in you. Jesus, I trust in you. Like, I don't know what this pain is going to bring. I don't know what the answers are. I don't know. I don't know. But just, Jesus, I trust. Jesus, I trust in you. Okay. I trust that you have my goodness. I trust that you see my heart. I trust that you're all good and all loving. And I didn't even say that part of it, right? I just said, Jesus, I trust in you. So those are the things I want you to try this week. And just, again, we're practicing gentleness. So if you're like, I'm just going to try one thing, when I start to feel myself get disoriented and overwhelmed, I'm just going to practice saying 5 things that I can see, 5 things that I can hear, 5 things that I can feel. Okay. Or 3 things I can see, feel, and hear. All right. So practice that. And again, pick one small thing to just practice. Just try it. If you need any additional help, please go to catholicgriefcoach.com and grab my grief course there that will guide you through more step-by-step things. So get that there, and you are loved, and we'll take the next steps together.